CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Havana calling. CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Radio Havana calling all shortwave listeners and radio amateurs. Welcome to... DXers Unlimited, Radio Havana's weekly feature dedicated to the fascinating world of radio communication.
Hola, amigos radio aficionados. You are now listening to the weekend edition of DXers Unlimited, when the sun has waken up, and for the first time in months, we saw more than 2 active sunspot regions looking towards planet Earth, actually 3 in sight. The news of the day was that on the 21st day of June, an amazing 6-meter band opening made possible for 2 Cuban radio amateur stations to establish two-way contacts on 6 meters with Japan. CO8LY in Santiago de Cuba and CM2X10 in Havana enjoyed the nice band openings that happened from about 21 hours 40 to 20 hours 15 UTC. The same band openings was also enjoyed by amateurs in the Caribbean nations and America. And yes, this is all a minimum for sure, but this upsurge in solar activity is now under close scrutiny by heliophysicists, the astronomers that specialize in studying the sun. I'm your host, Arnaldo Arnie Coro, Radio Amateur 202KK, and more Radio Havana information follows right here after a short break. This is Radio Havana Cuba, and we are broadcasting in English to North America and Western Europe also on 15,140 kilohertz from 15 to 16 hours UTC every day using our 100 kilowatt transmitters from the Balta transmitting station site. And see, amigos, yes, my friends, we always find out new ways of making our own station and antenna accessories at low cost. That's part of the amateur radio hobby, like in the case of the non-inductive terminating resistors using the now available TO-220Khz configurations described in our last weekend, the DXers edition of this program. Good feedback from several listeners that have already assembled the easy-to-make dummy loads using the new ceramic high-dissipation resistors in the TO-220 format package. They work very well according to the emails received here. Solar activity moved to moderate for the first time in a long time. More information will follow at the end of the show as usual. This is Radio Havana Cuba. The name of the show is DXers Unlimited. Here is more Radio Havana related information coming for you. Participating in high-frequency amateur radio contests is one of the more than 90 ways that you can enjoy this wonderful hobby. Indeed. But one thing is to participate, and quite a different story is finding yourself at the list of the top 10 winners of one of the world's most important contests. That's quite an achievement. It does take a high degree of skills to work as many stations as possible and acquire the multipliers used by a particular contest. Also, you need a lot of luck too. True, you can run a very modest station and simple antennas and still make it a very enjoyable weekend by taking part in the contest. But finding yourself on the winners is quite a different story. I suggest that you can join a group of radio amateurs that regularly take part in contests as a collective station and benefit from their know-how and expertise. You will learn a lot from them. Believe me, amigos, learning how to operate during a contest is challenging, and each type of contest requires a special learning curve. A good ear for picking up CW Morse code signals is essential if you want to be a winner, and that takes a long time. For example, you will find out that keyboard skills are essential if you want to achieve a good performance on any of the digital non-automatic modes contests that are now so popular. For the JT and FT8 modes, you depend on a single finger-by-finger action of the keyboard, because you don't need keyboard master for them. And I may add now that learning how to properly use your voice would be a great help when participating in a voice mode contest. It is now much in use to put on the air a recording calling CQ contest, CQ contest, CQ contest in order to save the operators from a sore throat caused by excessive use of CQ calls in real time. The computer files won't get tired at all. Sí, amigos, yes, my friends, we met a me. I do insist radio amateur contests are a great opportunity to polish your operating skills and also for adding many new prefixes of rare DX entities that will be on the air during contest periods typically. And you will sharpen your skills to communicate under difficult circumstances. That's a valuable asset during emergencies. And now, here at Radio Havana Cuba, another Radio Havana-related item at the weekend editions of your favorite Radio Havana show, DXers Unlimited, with yours truly, Arnie Coro, at the microphone. Sí, amigos, sure you have just heard our classic interval signal a few seconds ago. This is Radio Havana Cuba, and here's more Radio Havana-related information for your enjoyment. The summer sporadic layer season is now in full swing as we move just past the summer solstice on the 21st day of June. My personal observations on Wednesday, late afternoon and early evening brought several signals on the FM broadcast band that were clearly identified as reaching my receivers via sporadic clouds located above the middle of the Gulf of Mexico. FM broadcast band DXing requires a sharp tuning receiver, very good selectivity, so that you can pick up stations on frequencies that are very close, that are adjacent to the local stations. And by the way, for listeners in the USA, Canada, Mexico, Central America, and the Caribbean, here are several of the City of Havana FM stations and their frequencies that follows. Radio Progreso is on 90.3 megahertz. Radio COCO, Radio Coco, Radio COCO on 91.7 megahertz. Radio Rebelde running high effective radiated power on 96.7 megahertz. And from Mayabeque province, south of Havana, comes the powerful signal on 104.7 megahertz from a transmitter that is located at the City of Havana main CBS FM tower, built back in 1956 with a height of very near 200 meters, making it the nation's second highest structure used for broadcasting channels 2 to 13 from 14 to 51 on UHF, plus FM stations within the 88 to 108 megahertz frequency band. And by the way, for your information, Cuban FM stations operate using vertical or circular polarization for reaching its audience using portable radios, cell phones capable of picking up the FM band, and car radios. Now at Arnie, la número uno, the most popular section of DXers Unlimited, closely followed by the high-frequency plus low band VHF propagation updates presented whenever possible at the end of this show. Here's now today's question sent by listener Mario from Mérida, Yucatan, Mexico. He says that he's now learning about AM broadcast band DXing after having spent more than 15 years scanning the shortwave bands and knowing many of the international broadcast stations that are no longer on the airwaves at this moment. Mario from Mérida wants to know why signals on the AM medium wave broadcast band stations cover only a very limited area around the station during the daytime, but reach faraway places as soon as the sun sets. Here's the answer, amigo Mario. During the daytime hours at a given location, the solar radiation keeps the D layer of the ionosphere at high levels of ionization. That stops the lower frequencies from reaching the upper layers of the ionosphere. There's a lot of ionospheric absorption at the D layer altitude. The D layer is detected by the ionosphere sounders, ionosphere radars, used between 50 and 70 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. The same ionosphere radar sets, the sounders, they are known as sounders, ionospheric sounders, see how the D layer vanishes completely as soon as the sun sets, making then possible for the AM station signals to reach the E layer of the ionosphere that absorbed. It makes it possible for hop E layer signals to travel up to around 2,000 kilometers single hop with the AM signals. So, amigo Mario, this is what practically happens and why your AM dial fills up with the X stations after sunset and until about 1 hour after local sunrise. Amigos, this is the weekend edition of DXers Unlimited. Our email address is info.rhc@enet.cu. Again, info.rhc@enet.cu. And yes, we do reply immediately to your signal reports, comments, and Radio Havana-related questions as we have done just right now. I do hope to see you all at the middle of the week edition of DXers Unlimited on the that the solar activity is a little higher than the past few days, so propagation conditions are going to be a little better after some kind of disturbance will be over. Send signal reports and comments via airmail also to Arnie Coro, Radio Havana Cuba, Havana, Cuba.
And that's all for today. This is Arnie Coro, Radio Amateur CO2KK, your host here at Radio Havana's DXers Unlimited, saying 73 and very good DX.
DXers Unlimited heard on the weekends, also the a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, UTC days, as Arnie Coro says, the very popular radio program DXers Unlimited.